good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jaye and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye. You all, Lady Lotus, will be here after the first half. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you guys. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jaye is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye, 30 and Up, Doing Us, Tyson Smith, 180 Real Talk Chicago, Real Talk, I'm Real MVPs, everybody up Pit Life, everybody that rocks with us. Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight, so we're going to go ahead and get started right into our hot topics. Now, look, wait, before we get into our hot topics, I promised my sidekick, I have a 9-year-old sidekick, you guys, and I promised that I would say, thank you for my bracelets, guys. She said, because you promised you were going to wear my bracelets, auntie. So these bracelets, they're some little rubber band bracelets, and they are made by my 9-year-old sidekick, so her name is Sutton, so she makes these bracelets. So thank you, Sutton. I told her that I would wear her bracelets, and, listen, guys, if you ever tell kids something, I promise you better do it, because they will remind you. So if you guys are interested, it's just, nice little rubber bands, and somehow she connects them together. I don't know. She did purple because purple is for the J Spot. But if you guys would like to help keep a little kid busy over the summertime and help her get her, look, because she said this is her business. Now, let me tell you something. She didn't give me these. Okay. Let me just put it like that. I had to purchase these. These are the bracelets that I promised to order from her. So once I ordered them, she wanted to ensure that I wore her bracelet. So I am wearing Sutton's fashion. So guys, if you want to contribute to her ministry and order, she charged, how much she charged? $3 for her bracelet. You guys can, I'll have the link to where you can send it to her mom and you guys can help her out. But listen, if they have the need and they desire to do stuff like this at this age, we have to definitely help keep these kids busy, because if you don't, this will be another generation of kids doing what happened this past weekend in Chicago. You all, when I tell you, that was a hot mess. And where everybody is trying to figure out, how did this happen? Was this a coincidence? I personally don't think that it was a coincidence. You all, as we get ready to embark on the summer with the nice weather and stuff, you guys, we cannot go through this entire summer if last weekend was any indication on what the summer is going to be like here in the city of Chicago. Guys, listen. It's going to start at home. We as parents, we as aunties and uncles, we have to start cracking down and seeing exactly what your kids are involved with. It was too many kids, too many young teenagers out there, too many young folks out there for this to just have been something random. Listen, parents, let's start holding these people accountable. We have to start holding these young adults and these teenagers accountable. Anybody that's staying under your roof, you need to be going in their phones. You need to be figuring out what it is that they're doing. You need to be on these people's social media. You need to be figuring out what your teenagers are what they're involved in, because you guys, this stuff is crazy. And if you're looking at the news, listen, those business owners, they not playing. So now what if somebody had a really gotten seriously injured by one of those business owners downtown? Now everybody would be hollering, it's the bit, oh, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that. Or what if the wrong kid that was just down there in the midst of all that, but they were not a part of the nonsense and they got hurt because they was just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Parents, we got to step up. We have to figure out something to do. Everybody's calling on, oh, well, the mayor got to do this, the mayor got to do that. Listen, we want the responsibility to be on everybody but ourselves. Listen, okay, I understand there are some economic challenges and things that other people are responsible for as well. I get that. But let's not turn a blind eye to our responsibility as parents. We got to get a hold of our young folks. Listen, it's hot outside. Where is your teenager? Where is your young adult? With all that crap that went on last weekend, nobody would be outside. If I'm a responsible parent, you not no. Listen, you can get mad all you want to. You're not going outside. We're gonna find something collective to do as a family, because right now you roaming around with your friends is not safe, because you don't know what the friends got planned on, and now you got your poor baby just being an innocent follower, and now they all go down there and get hurt. We got to do something. Something different has to be done. So again, start by looking at these phones. Now listen, which this will lead into our first hot topic. What do you guys feel about these cell phones? It said that no kid under 12 should have a cell phone. What are you guys' thoughts on that? No kids under 12 should have a cell phone. And I'm going to take it a step further. They shouldn't have a cell phone, and neither they don't need social media. You guys, they are on social media bullying each other. They're on social media planning to jump on folks. They on social media planning all type of evil crap that you as a parent have no idea on what's going on. Because guess what? You afraid for your kid to see you going through their phone. You want to be your friend. You want to be your kid's friend. Yet they're out here doing all these mischievous things that's going to get somebody hurt. So 12 and under, I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to take it back to 14. I'm going to say 15, 16. You don't need no cell phone. For what? What does it look? You 14. You just now start. Listen, you about to graduate, go to 8th grade high school. You don't need a cell phone. I'm telling you, these cell phones, if they don't have a cell phone, you can't be on social media, so you're not involved in all of this, whatever's going on in the classroom, whatever kind of young drama that these kids got going on, your child won't be involved in it. Oh, well, I don't want my kid getting teased. Okay, well, I would rather for them to get teased than to sit up here and be involved in, oh, well, we finna go jump on this. Listen, when was the last time you've been in a young teenager's phone and see the mess that they got going on? Listen, I had one young teen in my family. She here in Chicago, and she telling me, "Oh well, somebody in Atlanta don't like her." Wait, what? When did you go to Atlanta? I ain't been to Atlanta, but they on. I say, see, that's why you don't need no phone. I am not an advocate for teens having phones. It's old. I tell them, listen, take me back to the old school, because you didn't have all of this stuff going on. So when you think about phones and listen, you see 8 years old, 7 years old, got these phones. Who you calling? Who you text? This for emergencies. But then they getting on. Listen, it's too much stuff, you guys. I know you like, Jay, you got to get with the time. No, you guys got to go back and stop trying to be with the times and stop trying to keep up with all of the trends and everything. Because if you see all of the trends is leading to all of this destruction and stuff. Sometimes you got to take it back to the old school. Everything that's new it's not beneficial for us. Look at what's happening. So how are all of these kids just gathering up? Do you think it's by chance that everybody, how are they all saying where they're all going to be at one time? It's these phones, it's this social media. So you take that off and watch. It's not going to change overnight, but there will be a decline in a lot of the foolery that's going on, that's costing people property damage, that's causing, that could cost somebody their life. I know this is not a popular opinion, and I know you may be like, oh, now see, that's too extreme. I need to know when I need my kids to let me know when they make it to school. Why you not dropping them off at school? You should know if they made it to school. Today it's not even safe for these kids to even go to school on their own. So what do you mean? You need to make sure that that they made it to school and all this and that. If they're that young, you need to be making sure they're at school. So again, I don't see a need for little kids. 12, definitely too young. 12 and under, definitely too young. 13 to 16, I'm still kind of, I'm still kind of iffy on that 13 to 16 as far as these kids needing, a phone, because again, you got to look at the age and look at what is going on with these kids with the cell phones and all this social media. So 12 and under, I'm definitely on board. No phone. No phone is needed. No social. There should not be a trace of you on social media. I don't care. None of the little the so-called kitty apps, because again, I've seen this. I'm seeing these kids and I just sit back, sometimes they just think, I'm just sitting back and I'm not saying anything, I'm just observing what's going on. And the stuff that I'm observing, I'm not liking. And it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So at some point, parents, we're going to have to go on back again to the old school. It's like today, these kids have so many privileges in your house. They got so many rights in your house. They have so much privacy in your house. They can close the room door when they don't feel like being bothered, and it stays closed forever. And you don't go in their room without knocking. And oh my God, the privileges that these kids have. We didn't have that kind of privilege. No door in our house was closed but the bathroom door. Okay. And growing up, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it. But now I understand why they did it, because they always knew what was going on. There was no secret crap going on because your room door wide open. If it get too quiet in there, they coming in there. Okay, what's going on? It's too quiet in here. Why y'all not saying nothing? Why, parents, they had a way back then of doing what they needed to do, but also monitoring what the kids were doing, what the kids were involved with. Today, we want our kids to have privacy. We want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel, no, listen, you got somewhere to stay. You got a bed, you clean, and you got food to eat. That's it. As far as privacy, like they told me, when you're grown, you got your own. Okay. So when you need that much privacy, that means you need your own place. Now, that's just what they told me. That's what the old folks told me. I don't know about y'all, but that's what the old folks told me. When you grown, you got your own. So listen, do random book bag checks. You come up in here, give me that book bag. Well, what you mean give you my bag? Give me the bag. I want to see what's going on. You ain't got to announce. Listen, we answering questions because I want to engage with my child. Oh, Lord, I wish I did ask Sister Vance a question. She told me to do something and I got a question for her. Okay, I'm going to tell you that whole conversation would be to continue, and it will be on my end. I'll be trying to wake up, trying to figure out what happened, because it was just certain things that we didn't do. Now, I know somebody going to say, Jay, I ain't for all of that violence and hitting my kids and all this and that. I'm not telling you to hit your kids. I'm just telling you what was done for us. And I think I turned out a little bit all right. Now, listen, I struggle here and there, so don't y'all be all judgmental. But what I'm saying is, it was a difference. The kids, they're not respectful. They have no integrity. They have no care. A lot of them don't. They have no love. They have no respect for themselves, let alone others. So we got to go back to some of the old school ways. Again, we can't be throwing, oh, that's old school. We can't throw old school on everything. We cannot be so quick to try to keep up with all of these new trends and the new ways of parenting and all this and that, because you see what's happening. You see that, man, clearly the new stuff may not be working. We got Tracy. She's saying, we as kids growing up, our parents told us our lives, you can't lie. If you want to, that would take a village, would snitch on you. Those are the good old days. Absolutely. You can't even say nothing to kids today. You can't even call them and tell them what their kids are doing, because automatically you a lie. Now, you know that you are raising Rosemary's Baby. You know that your child got the exorcist, but you're going to sit up here and tell this adult that they lying to you. And that's why people don't come and tell people about what their kids are doing, because they know that the parent is going to get defensive. You listen, you know how your kids was, especially after being at home with them jokers for 2 years during COVID. You know your child a mess. You know it. You know it. You know them teachers ain't lying on your kids. You know that a stranger, you know your neighbor ain't lying on them devils. You just don't want to admit it, because sometimes it's a little bit out of control. And that's why we got to come back, and we have to come together as a village, because it's a lot of single parent homes, which is going to lead into our next hot topic. Now, it's a lot of single mothers. A lot of single mothers out here striving to raise these boys. So now the next hot topic, this guy is saying, no real man is going to step up and sign up for the job of being a stepdaddy, because he's not doing anything for looking for trouble, and he gets absolutely nothing out of being a stepfather. So with that type of statement being said, and if most men are feeling like that, we're doomed. And I'm going to say, we as in Black people, we are doomed. Where is our village? Where is our coming together? Listen, you got the biological dudes halfway don't want to take care of the kids. You got the new dudes don't want to take care of the kids. But then we're crying when something happens to an innocent kid that comes from a family that their people love them. Listen, we got a problem. So what are we doing? We mad because the biological father don't want him. Then the step dude don't want him. So the world don't want him. So now they out there. So what do we do? What we gonna do? We gonna just sit back and watch incidents that happened in Chicago last weekend. We're gonna sit back and see all those incidents happen, and then we're gonna sit back and judge, this and that. Listen, it's probably some of y'all kids out there, some of your nieces and your nephews out there crazy, acting up, showing their behind. And I'm not even gonna say acting like they don't have any home training, because nowadays most of them don't have any home training. So what we gonna do? So the biological daddy don't love them. You can't get a stepdaddy to love them. But now we wondering why they walking around and running around the city acting like they ain't got no love. They not acting. They're for real. They're for real. Y'all think that they don't see this stuff that you're spewing, you bitter dudes are spewing on social media? Ain't no what a woman gonna do. Ain't no real woman gonna real man gonna love no woman with all those kids and all this other stuff. So what you think these young folks are, what you think that they feel when they see y'all saying this? What you think so y'all think that they not watching this? Y'all think that they don't know that they mother fall in the category that you talking about? Oh, we ain't thought about it like that though, because we're so quick to say all this bull junkie and we not caring about the effects that it's gonna have on our community. We have to stop being so flippin' selfish and start thinking about the overall. It ain't my it ain't my responsibility. Ain't nobody tell her to go out there and have all those kids. You right, sir. You are absolutely right. Ain't nobody tell her to go out there and have all those kids. And it ain't your responsibility, or so you think. But again, I'll say this and I'll keep saying it. The child that you help keep off the street could be the child that you prevent from hurting somebody in your family. I'm going to say that again. The child that you keep off the street could be the child that you keep from hurting you or somebody in your family that you love. So by showing them no love, you're in danger as well. You in danger. Your kids that you love are in danger. Your family is in danger. So the more kids and the more young people that we have out here that, oh, you ain't nobody finna love them, ain't nobody finna love they mama, ain't nobody finna take on this responsibility. Then, honey, you just listen, you're numbering your days as well. You're not safe as well. You're not safe. Your kids that you so-called love, they're not safe. Your mama ain't safe. Your grandmama ain't safe. Ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe. I'm not saying that that's going to be the entire answer, but we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. We're so negative now. We're so self. When are we going to go back to thinking about and being there and helping each other out? We don't want to listen. We don't want to be mentors. We don't want to be stepfathers. We don't want to be stepmothers. We don't want to be nothing but about our household until something happens in our household. Now we looking for those resources, the very resources that we don't want to be a part of. Now, when something happens, now we're reaching out and we're looking for outpour of support. But support is not there. Support won't be there if we're all so self-centered and only thinking about what affects our house. Whatever's going on in our community, understand this. It affects us all. It affects us all. Any one of us could have been driving down, well, with the exception of me, because I don't drive down there, but any one of us could have been downtown last Saturday. Some of us probably were down there in the midst of all of the chaos that was going on. Some of us could have been down there. My question is, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit back and watch this entire summer come, see the bloodbath, or are we going to step up and step out of our comfort zone and come together as parents, as adults, as aunties, as uncles, as clergymen, as elected raggedy officials? Because these raggedy officials, if you sitting back waiting and trying to say, oh, the mayor got to do this, the mayor got to do this, listen, you gonna die waiting on the mayor. I'm just gonna tell you right now, this whole city, these cities and states, you are going to go under if you waiting on any elected official to step up and do anything meaningful in the Black community. Hold your breath. See how many of us last holding our breaths, waiting on any of these politicians. I don't care what color they are. Listen, you didn't put these folks in office, so they not working for you. I can promise you this. I don't care what color. Oh yeah, the new mayor, yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna do the same thing that the mayor before him did, the mayor before that did, and the mayor before that did. What they do for the Black community? Absolutely nothing. And that's what you can expect. So we have to stop waiting for the politicians, and we have to stop waiting for all these folks to come and rescue us. And we have to participate in our own rescue. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. Oh, because I'm deep today. Well, that was my deep part. But guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, yes.
to prove me wrong. This ain't a regular love thing. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet. Yeah. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you. Baby, you're in my command. Hey. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes. Say love in paradise. A one life stand. Yes, that sweep you off your feet. Give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. Yes, that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way. Then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special, no need for label.
Like you hear them, everybody hanging out. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. While you at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio, and also go to TikTok and follow us there at the J Spot. And again, Jay is Jaye. Guys, listen. Okay, our next hot topic. Now, okay, we done got off deep, started off deep. Now let me go ahead and get messy. What do you all think about this? Listen, it's been all over the internet. The football soccer player, you know, he really plays soccer, but they call it football. So he has, you know, his wife wanted a divorce because he's allegedly being accused for raping a young lady. So we have to say allegedly because to cover our behind. So allegedly he's raped someone. But baby girl done filed for divorce. And then she finds out that this Bama has all of his money, all of his worldly possessions in his mama's name. How about it? What say ye thee? What do you guys think about that? Was that a clever move on his behalf? Was that some low ball scandalous ish? What do you guys think about that? Do you think that, wow, this guy is so smart? I never would have thought about that. I never would have thought to put all of my worldly possessions in my mother's name. Fellas, would you do that? Would you go, now that you've heard about this, would you look into that being an option to put all of your worldly possessions in your mother's name or in somebody else's name? Or would you do just listen, standardly keep everything in your name? Because listen, like if things part, then she deserves to get half or whatever the percentage should be. So not only does she not get anything, since legally on paper she's worth more than he is, it's being alleged that now she'll have to pay him 50% of what she has. So as a woman, I'm just like, see, you know what? Here they go with this bull junkie. It's every time you turn around, it's some new bull junkie. And I'm just like, you know what? Listen, you all can miss me with this dumb ish. That's all I'm going to say is miss me with this dumb ish. So I'm sitting up here. I'm married to you. You cheat. So I called for a divorce and I found out I can't get nothing because everything is in your mother's name. Oh, trust him. Lord have mercy. Don't look. And let me tell you. Okay, so we're seeing all these posts also that, oh yeah, fellas. Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead on. Oh yeah, this the move. This the move right here. Fellas, let me just tell you this. Before you go and put your mama's name on all your ish, please check with an attorney and make sure that move will work for you in the city, in the state that you live in, because all these laws differ from state to state. So now you done went and put all this stuff in your mama's name. Now, you know your mama a little iffy. So now you found out that, listen, you still ain't safe in the state that you live in. So not only do your wife get half, your mama gonna sue you for the inconvenience because you done put her in the middle of all this ish. Now she gotta fight your wife. So now your mama gonna sue you because she gonna sue you for pain and suffering because you put her in all this ish. So just be ye ever so careful, be ye ever so mindful, and do your due diligence, because everything that glitters ain't gold. Everything that sound like a come up don't always and does not necessarily apply to your particular situation, your particular marriage. It does not pertain. So please, I beg of thee, because listen, the last thing I want to see is turn on the news and see that Leroy done punched his mama, Miss Bertha, because he done put all his stuff in her name and she done spent all his money and she done sold his house, or she done put his house in Mr. Earl from the church name. So listen, we want to prevent all of that. So listen, the mother that this young man had, or he has, she seemed like she was from one of those that time where, listen, they reverence that kind of stuff. All of us don't reverence those kind of rules. So I'm just saying, while you trying to be slick and get over on your wife, don't let that slickness boomerang back on you. Now you sitting up here. Now you got your mama against you and your wife against you. And don't let the mama and the wife double team against you. See, because now, bruh, you in trouble, because see, you forgot that you owe your mama that $200 from 1997 and she kept asking you about it. But now, since she stopped asking you about it, you thought that she forgot about it, but she still want her $200. Now you done put all your stuff in her name. Now, not only is she gonna get her $200, but now all your stuff is her stuff. And guess what? Legally, on paper, it is, because you put all that ish in her name. So my thing is this: do right by people. Let's do right by each other. This is why people are so skeptical about getting married, because it's like somebody always has, it seems like there's always an agenda. My thing is this, sir, if you felt like your wife was for the streets, why you didn't leave her in the streets? Why would you bring her home? I feel like anybody you feel like you got to do this with, then why bring them home? Why marry them? Like, you're trusting your whole life with them. You're sleeping with them unprotected. You're living and sleeping out the same house. You're vulnerable. You got your food. Listen, they could slip anything in your food, you drink, and you just all you worried about is somebody taking your money. What about giving you something that you can't get rid of? Like, people We got to think about the whole picture. We just be thinking about this much. Oh, yeah, I'm covered. Yeah, my mama got all my possessions are in my mama's name. This chick, this ain't can't get nothing. But now she leave you with a package that you can't get rid of. Now you got HIV. Your mama got your money, but she done left you with HIV. Now what? So how is that benefiting you that your worldly possessions is in your mama's name, but you got a tricky wife and she done left you with something that you can't get rid of, but your stuff, but your money is safe. Your money is safe. You may check out of here in a couple of years from the HIV that she done gave you. Hope it don't turn to AIDS. But at least your money is safe. Listen, we got to get our priorities together. We got to get our priorities together because we just be focusing on the wrong ish. So again, if you feel like you got to do all of that, like, just stay single. That's what I would say. Just stay single and just keep dating each other. Don't get into a marriage where you're feeling like you have to do all of this tricky, underhanded stuff. Like it was something about her that he felt. And maybe his little mother was like, son, leave that wench in the streets. Leave that wench in the streets. That's what the mom was telling him. He like, mom, but that mouth though, mom, that mouth. She was like, son, leave that wench in the street. He was like, mom, I can't. That mouth, what that mouth do, what that throat do, I can't leave her out there. Then the mom was like, all right, this is what you do. So listen, if it's like that, listen, I guess I understand. Mama's like, get rid of her. He like, no, listen, mom, you don't understand. I ain't never came across no chick that can do what she can do. Ooh, I don't think, listen, I'm telling you, I done been out here and I ain't found nobody that can twirl the way this one twirl right. I ain't found. So I got to keep her. I got to keep her, but I don't trust her. Okay, I get it. If you in a situation like that, listen, proceed with caution, do what you got to do. But for the folks that feel like they honestly love each other, if there's a conversation of trust or if there's an issue of trust and you feel like you have to go through those measures, you got to ask yourself, why am I going to marry this person? Why marry this person if clearly I don't trust them? If clearly I know that they're only with me for my money, I don't trust them. Now, here's the deal. I'm all for signing prenups. Because here's the deal. Business is business. Okay, we got to stop looking at everything. And sometimes, ladies, we got to stop being so emotional. Like, oh, I can't believe he asked me for a prenup. Listen, look, we gonna prenup. That's just gonna be it because I don't have no problems. I'm good. It's all good. So like you getting married, you got to think of it. It's a business. There's a business to it. And then there's the love. Oh, I get goosebumps and chills and just, oh, he makes me smile and he makes me happy. That's one part. And that's a big part. But then the business part, like, listen, because how are you on paper? Listen, what your finances looking like? What all of this other stuff look like? Like if you got property, kids, like everything is real. Everything should be talked about and talked about up front. Like if you freely cannot talk about your credit, your finances, what are your financial goals? Should you be marrying this person? Like, should you really be getting married if you can't have those conversations? Because what's going to lead into the next hot topic is, besides infidelity, what is a major thing that causes relationships and marriages to fail? Besides infidelity, what else causes relationships and marriages to fail? I'm going to say finances. We don't listen. He's sitting up here rocking up all these expensive cars, got all this nice jewelry, got all these nice clothes, and just always traveling and just living the life. Okay, he's living the life according to everybody else. But then you get down and you guys get ready to discuss and come together, and then you see that his finances are a mess, or you see her finances are a mess. Her credit cards are maxed out. His credit is low. She doesn't have any credit. Like listen, you got like an 800 credit score and she at 400 and want you to co-sign. What the devil? Right there. That marriage is doomed. If you guys don't come up with a plan, that marriage is doomed because of the finances. Another reason that relationships and marriages are failing is because of trust, communication. People don't talk the way that they should. Listen, Lord, let me tell you something. Some of us are so childish today. I'm just like, I'm just ready to just pass out, as childish as some of us are. Instead of saying we done, we just play games, we disappear, we play games, we can't talk about feelings. We can't talk about how we feel. We can't talk about the state of a relationship. We can't talk about the state of our marriage to each other, but we can go and we can talk about these things to other people. Other people cannot help solve problems in your household. I'm sorry. They cannot help you, solve the problems in your household. If you got a problem with your husband, you need to take that issue up with your husband. If you got a problem with your wife, you need to take that issue up with your wife. There's nothing that me or anybody else can do to help you and your wife get y'all ish together. Y'all got to sit down and talk to each other. But we don't talk. Let me say this. We don't communicate, because a lot of us be running that hot air, but we don't be saying nothing. We don't communicate. And the biggest part of communicating is listening. So we talk to respond, but we rarely digest what the other person is saying. And that's what we have to get better at doing. We have to be better at communicating. And then let's empathize. What happened to Lord, we don't empathize with nobody. We don't empathize, sympathize, lympathize. Well, some of y'all do lympathize, but nobody empathizes. There's nothing. Like, listen, no, don't you know your partner? Don't you know when you said something that's below the belt? Like, don't we know? Like, are we even taking the time to get to know people like that? Like, I want to be so in tune with him that when he hurts, I hurt. When he not feeling it, like, I can feel that you're not feeling it. That's how in tune you want to be. And that's a rare connection. And it's like most of us are not even trying to get there. We just on that physical. Oh man, he did this, she did. Ow, baby. That's all we concerned about is the sex. That's it. Outside of that, we like, well, I done bust one. So now, all right, well, all is well on my end. I don't know about you. I'm good. I ain't, if you ain't good, I ain't listen. If you ain't good, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You should be good too, because I'm good. Listen, we got to stop all of that. So if we want our relationships and our marriages to work, we got to start talking to each other. We got to start listening to each other. We got to start being there, and we got to put our partners first. We got to start putting them first. Listen, nobody, look, now I'm a mother. Nobody should come before your spouse. Now people have this argument all the time. What's the order? Who comes first? Who comes first? First of all, if you don't know the answer to that, child, I don't know what to tell you, but you know what? Again, each household is different because some people don't like to accept the real order of things. When you're married, it's you and your spouse. Y'all are one. Now, when you still single and boyfriend and girlfriend and dating, I don't know. Some people, they go ahead and take those, those same my mate and my spouse thing comes first. But, you want to come first. They want to come first. So I definitely feel like the person that you're with, your partner, is definitely first. Even if you got kids. Now, I know That is hard. Listen, it could be hard for mothers. We like, especially if you got kids outside of, that's not with your partner, your mate, or your spouse. You got kids. It's like sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do to put, as you say, put a man over your kids. But are you really, you're taking care of the provider. If he's providing for you and your kids, you better lift him up. How else is your family going to make it? You have to lift him up so that he can in turn lift you up. Now, if you got a man that ain't lifting you or the family up, I'm sorry, you chose wrong, beloved. I really am. So don't be out here saying I'm putting my kids and spoiling all this and putting all that crazy rhetoric out here and trying to mess up people home that really do have a man that's lifting their family up and doing it right. We got to make sure we are doing this thing right, but definitely communication and respect. If you don't respect each other, those are huge things that cause people to break up. I don't want to be with you. You're not even respecting me. If you calling him out of his name, you calling her out of her name, you're disrespecting her with different women and you disrespecting her with different men and all the other crazy stuff. Respect. Not a little bit. I need a lot of it. And just treat each other how you want to be treated. That's it. Just treat each other the way you want to be treated. But we got to tap in to that love issue. We got to start tapping into what our mate and our spouses need. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, thank you.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair done, nail done. When you put that clone on, why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clone on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me I'll let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Nail done. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Or when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting them wrong, wanna know why you gotta look so good, With your hair done, your nails done. When you put the gold on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Now, while you're at it, boom, right there, press that little that play sign on YouTube. Like and subscribe to J Spot Radio. While you at it, TikTok, like and subscribe. Follow us there, the J Spot. That's Jaye. Boom, guys.
And hit them notification bells.
Yes,
You can't forget the notification bells. They are important.
Notification. Well, I almost cussed, y'all. See, that's what they was like. They was like, no, the F. It's notification because my tongue. See, I was talking, but my peripheral vision was looking at my coffee, so that's how I almost slipped up and said, I almost dropped the F-bomb up in here. But guys, it's just me. And guys, listen, we got my co-host, Lady Lotus. Listen, all of it. Esthetician.
Yes.
Chandler.
Yes.
Mother of them cool dudes.
Woo.
And a little lady.
Little
princess.
Girl.
I love her so much. She's like, I love you. I was like, I love you too.
I got a video that I'm trying to figure out how to clip it and snip it. And I'm going to post it in a group for y'all so that y'all can see what I have to deal with. Because the conversation today, she went off into this rant about how the doctor took her blood and she needs her blood.
I'm with her.
They're trying to kill me. I don't even eat peanuts. I don't even eat them little nasty sandwiches with the jelly in them that they give us at school. Because our school is a nut-free school. So it was like a soy base.
Oh, Lord.
Pace. But yes, this conversation definitely has to be that viral video. You will see it later because she crossed her legs like a little old lady and she was looking out the window. She said, I'm done.
And and listen, she is little, cute, and extra. So I can definitely imagine this conversation, and I can't wait to see it. But speaking of young and extra, guys, listen, I'm sporting my son's finest. Listen, I got a 9-year-old sidekick that I promised I would wear her jewelry.
Those are so pretty.
She made my purple bracelet. Now wait, let me tell you something. They were not free. I had to place an order. Okay,
these are nice, y'all.
She had me place an order, so I bought 2 custom-made bracelets from my 9-year-old sidekick. So these are bracelets. Like, now, guys, listen, she gets, and trust me, she gets her hustle on. She called me. I placed the order. I told her what I wanted. And so when she had it ready, she called me, not her mama. She called me and she was like, and she was just so innocent. Auntie, I got your bracelets. Your bracelets are ready. I was like, yeah, it was all until her next statement. But you can't get them until you pay my money.
That's right.
I'm like, what?
She got to pay for her supplies with her allowance.
I'm just like, well, she was like, Auntie, I love you, but you can't get your supplies. You can't get your order until you pay me my money. So it's $3. So let me see. So since she get to doing her multiplication, so she say, okay, so if it's $3 and you got 2 plus you got a ring, she was like, and so the bracelets are $3 a piece. So guys, definitely, if you are interested in supporting a child, listen,
support that baby.
Keep the babies busy over the summertime because she's pumping. Listen, she's gonna be at pop-up shops with her mama. Her mama gonna be selling the her mother is Clouded Delights, and she sells the edibles. Ooh. And them drinks and stuff. So she got her mixed drinks and stuff going on today, because today 420 for all those.
Happy 420, y'all. Happy
for smokers
420.
only. For smokers only. only for smokers only. Hey, I don't smoke, but so but I love the chorus in that song for some reason. I don't know.
It's Bone Thug.
But so she got those. So support her ministry. You guys, if y'all want to, y'all can just send it to the J Spot $2022 to our Cash App and put Sutton's bracelets. And I will forward this. Trust you all. Listen, she watches the show. So she's gonna know. Listen, let me say something. The worst people that you can tell something to are kids.
Oh my goodness, they don't forget.
They don't forget nothing. You think an elephant has a good memory? Tell something to a kid between 3 and like 10.
You remember you said. You remember you said.
They will not let you go. So if you want to participate, order a little something, or just donate to her so that she can extend her collection, please feel free to Cash App us the $, the J Spot 2022. Now, guys, look, our next hot topic.
Uh-oh.
Ladies,
I get a little nervous when she do that one
because first we got to do better. So I'm hoping that this was a skit, this video. So they go out on the first date. And so the guy and the girl, they go out on the first date. And I believe they go to a regular little rinky-dink fast food place or whatever. A popular breakfast spot. And so he's eating in front of her. And so she's recording him. This is the first date.
Hold on, wait. He eating in front of her. So did that mean he didn't order her no food?
He didn't order her anything.
Oh, see, you got to start there.
And so he didn't order her anything. And so she's recording him. And she's like, so you really gonna sit there? And first of all, the meal was halfway gone. So I'm just like, how long have you've been sitting here this entire time and you've watched this man eat? And so he was like, you supposed to order your own food. She was like, well, you invited me to come out, so I thought that you was gonna order my food. And the back and forth went on for a few minutes. And I'm just like, how is this
still there? You're not about, especially bro, I love my pancakes. I wish you would. I'll just smack that plate on the floor.
First of all, I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm just gonna observe it. First of all, you knew that he only ordered for him before his food even came.
He did.
So
she wanted content.
So why are you still sitting there? So that's why I'm saying I'm hoping that this was a skit. But she's telling, how are you begging somebody to buy you something to eat?
And if they had a breakfast place, it ain't nowhere about $5.99.
He didn't think she was $5.99. He said that if he don't pay for nothing. If for somebody he not touching, he ain't touching. He can't.
Okay, well,
I'll
order my own food and I'm going home.
I'm not ordering my food. If my car is outside, I'm up. Okay, because what I don't have time for is this bull vernacular. I don't have time for it at all.
I don't understand why these women sit here and record this crap. Because they laughing at you. They could care less about you recording them. And in the end of it, you still look like the dun-dun-dun.
You begging for
if you go outside with somebody, I don't care if somebody taking you out on a date, you should still have money just to cover yourself.
And she told him she ain't had no money.
You shouldn't have came outside because it looked like you just came outside just to eat.
Listen,
we ain't in our mama's
we're not
time.
doing this. We're not doing this because we never went outside anywhere without having no money. So
clean underwear, clean socks, and a little bit of money. You don't need that much,
look
but
at
a
how
little
dusty
bit.
he was. I'm just like, first of all, girl, bad. Listen, and so they didn't even show how she looked. So if he looked as dusty as he looked, ain't no way I would have. If this was a blind first date, I walked in before we even made contact. I would have turned around and walked right back out, bro. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to waste my time. And it's not about it being at the fast food breakfast joint, because again, I guess it just depends on the vibe and the whole tone. But baby girl, you should have been able to peep what type of this is why I say we don't do our due diligence before we show up at these places. It's just like, so you done went through all of that, bruh. You think
I'm flabbergasted. She had to sit there for at least a good.
His plate was empty.
But you gotta think about it.
Practically
I done
empty.
ordered my food. The waitress done took
They had
the
to go
menus.
take yep.
The waitress done went back there and put the order in. The waitress done came back, checked on y'all. The waitress done went back, got the food, brought the food out. He done fixed it up, put the syrup on it, the butter on it. He done did everything he needed to do. And you're still sitting there. You should have been gone as soon as order closed. Listen, okay, well, I'm here for no reason, you know. I'm out.
I'm like, I don't have time for this BS. And listen, God bless you and your ministry. You're cheap, dusty, fusty. Your mama's cheap. Your daddy's. See, now listen, your
why you don't put the mama
your
in
unborn kids are dusty and cheap. The whole family, just all of you dusty and cheap. Yes, I would have went there and walked out, and I would have said, bless your love. And I would have walked out and got up out of there. I'm not doing this. Okay.
Y'all hear this girl said the whole squad, the ones that's on the way, that they still floating around.
May they not flood out your dusty nutsack. May they get caught up in there. Okay. May they just, when you poop, when you go to release, it's just dust, just like what's in your wallet. Okay. As today is 420, puff, pass. May all that come out your wallet is a puff.
And
puff
a pass.
Of dust. That's the pass on to the next one, please and thank you. Okay. So
This
we're not gonna be doing this. So ladies,
J-Spot.
some ladies, please stop dealing. So you're not
have a line that is drawn. And this is it. And I'm going to say good night. Man, this ain't for you. Like, if you see something that just ain't right, just, okay, ma'am, let's have a good night. Check, please.
Let's not waste each other's time. I'm so like.
You think they do it for entertainment?
I think I'm hoping.
They bored.
Lord, please, let this be a skit. Please,
but I'm just saying, Lord. Even if it wasn't a skit, maybe this was like entertaining to her. Or it was just entertaining. Or if
her stomach was really growling like she was saying it was, I don't know how entertaining that was going to be.
The way my body's set up, I'm not watching nobody eat no food.
The way
I'm telling you now, that plate would have hit the floor.
Let me tell you something. The way my ego is set up, I'm not sitting right here, and I'm not making no scene.
I almost kicked a sign over today. Because I ordered some food from that lady, probably was 2 months ago. I'm still mad. And her long black hair was in my food. It was some shrimp tacos. You know I love my shrimp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a long piece of hair in this time. And I knew I shouldn't have went. And I called the lady back. I said, I want my money back. She said, I don't know how to give it back to you. What the?
How did you pay?
You order off the app. The little apps to order your food so you could go pick it up. But it wasn't through her website.
Oh, I will reverse
she was like,
the charge.
I don't know how to contact them.
Contact your bank.
Okay, well, you contact somebody. I said, you know what, ma'am, don't worry about it. So then I went to go back over there to take her the food. She had closed.
Contact your bank.
So I'm still mad about that. So could you imagine somebody trying to eat some food in my face? I am petty. I would knock your plate over on the floor.
And just to go, so like now we're gonna go into our next hot topic, which is just to show you all that it's not about the amount of the date. So now the next date was the next hot topic is, so would you be mad? A man, the first date, and he plans and he takes you guys to a cereal bar.
Ooh.
Would you take that as a date? How would you rate that as a date? Would you be like, okay, this is a cheesy date, or would that be a cool date? I would love it.
Y'all gotta stop looking at the price of things and look at the thought
and the experience. First of all, I would rather go to the cereal bar than to go to the regular, everyday, cheap food chain, food
Taco
chain thing.
Bell.
No, we can go to the cereal bar, and that would, because it's different. It's different, and it would be dope. So again, stop thinking that everything has to be so expensive. Just put some thought into it.
Yes.
Just put a little thought into it. That would be so fun. What do you guys think? Would you go on a cereal date? If so, how would you feel? Like, would you feel like that's a cheap date, or is it a fun like?
I will go on a 31 flavors date.
I would go on an all coffee. Let's just go hit all the
All the
coffee,
coffee shops.
all the different
Let me tell you
coffee
something. If
joints.
you gonna have a date with Jay, I'm gonna just let y'all know right now. Take her to that raggedy Starbucks downtown that she had me go into with that little gal. I text her. I said, you know what? This is not for me.
But no, she went at the wrong time. She went on spring break or something when all the folks was
It
off
was
or something.
Good Friday, and the little girl and I had walked around the museum all day. And you know, my baby loves Starbucks. She's you know, a little bougie like her mama. She like her little drinks and her little cake pop. So I said, let's go see what the Starbucks about. As soon as you get in there, it's like, okay, ma'am, have you ever been here before? I said, no, sir. But it was free coffee right there in my face, and he wouldn't let me sample it. He said, you got to start at level 2, work your way up, and then come back down to level 1. Who does that?
Man, I went through the whole. It's just, oh my God.
Too much.
When
You
I
gotta do it by yourself, y'all.
with no key, yeah,
And
because
not
it's
at
a
lunch.
lot. And
Please
it's a
don't
lot
go
to
at
see. It's a lot to.
lunchtime.
Oh no.
And please don't go after work.
No,
I
it's
don't
a
know
lot
what
to take
it's a lot
in.
to see, because the most exciting thing for me was the little conveyor belt with the food. And they got this little conveyor belt, y'all. It go through the whole thing from upstairs
Yeah,
to
to
downstairs.
downstairs.
Let me tell you, I was standing in that window like,
I like when I went down the stairs and where they had a big coffee thing where they made
yeah.
so
And you can see them
Oh,
filling
yes.
up the coffee things. It's an
and the
experience.
smell is just, oh my God. See, I'm just listen. Okay, I'm getting just really hot
I'm
and
not
happy over here
excited
already.
about it as Miss J, but fellas, you know,
Don't tell them I want to go by myself because I like to
fellas,
enjoy it because
step
I
your
have an
game up.
attitude.
They have alcoholic coffee drinks.
I will have an attitude if a dude get up in there and talking about some. You want to you?
Oh yeah,
I will
this
have a
is
whole
not a
attitude,
$20.
so-
This is not a $20 date.
So leave me alone. I'll go by myself because if you come, you will never ruin my vibe at the place that puts me in a good mood. You will never ruin my vibe. So I will be rocking by myself and doing my own
Let's
thing.
just say a nice young man, distinguished gentleman at the proper height is gonna take you.
I don't even want to
there
talk
and
about no
order you-
heights because Lord knows I'm not even gonna get stuck on these heights because I can just
I'm just manifesting. I almost got chosen today, friend.
we're gonna have to talk about
I
you.
almost got chosen by the police officer.
I don't know about
He tried. I don't know. I'm just saying he tried to choose me. I was walking across the street this morning, going to work, whatever facial expression was on my face. He rolled his window down and said, "Well, good morning." I said, "Good morning."
Oh, I'd have been like, "Good morning." I wasn't gonna do all that, but listen,
I was like, I'm about to go home and tell him I almost got chosen today by the
good
police
morning,
officer.
Mr. Officer.
Officer man.
I got I got a little tick. Knowing me, they'd have been ran my name for real. I'm like, oh shoot, see,
Come on, ma'am. This
I'm sitting up
to a whole different
I'm sitting up here trying to be flirting back, and now I really do got a ticket. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go, sir. Can you please? Nah, come on over here, man. You want to put your hands up on the car? Put your hand. I'm like, oh God, dog. Now see what I done opened up.
Okay,
But
no more police.
but speaking of opening up, listen, ladies, we gotta listen. Be mindful before you open your mouth. Okay, just be mindful because some of the stuff that's coming out of our mouths is gonna get us in trouble. So now this lady, she's on. It's a reality show.
Which one?
I don't even know.
Dang, I love my ratchet
I think
TV.
my 90 Day Fiance. I think
I
that's
don't watch that one.
So the lady goes to say, she says she doesn't want to contribute financially to the purchase of her home. She says, I want to say my husband bought me a house. So they asked her, and he asked her, he was like, so you're not going to put anything towards the house? She was like, no, because I want to tell people that you bought my house. What do you all think about that?
I just feel like grandpa bought grandma's house, so I ain't mad at him.
But today, like,
I ain't got nothing to do with it. She want her husband to buy her a house. So some man go come into her life and want to buy her house. If he ain't that man, go on about your business.
Fellas, let me just let you know. Just let her go ahead on about her and mind her own Baptist business.
Some
You go
man
ahead
gonna
on.
love that woman and buy her a house now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just like saying my man bought me a car. My husband bought me this. Maybe she gonna contribute to finance to furnishing
But
the
she
house.
said that she wanted to. The fact is, she wants to be able to tell somebody what.
That he bought her a house. I get that, but I'm
But
just
he
saying
said, so
maybe
what
her
if I'm not? He's not
contribution.
in position. He's not in position to fully buy the house. So you're not going to contribute as a
That just
team.
means that he is not the man for her, and she needs to go find the man that's gonna buy her a house. Now it might spend her lifetime finding that man, but I'm gonna keep on saying, if you want something, the person that you are with has to give you that. So if this man says, well, I'm not in a financial place to buy you a home, well, I love you, sir. It was nice to know you.
Sir, guys, send her back to Gilligan's Island, please
Yeah.
and thank you, with a never
She
to
is
return.
entitled to want that. The same way dude was entitled to feel like he was high value and he should have a whole bunch of women.
Man,
Did anybody tell us what that meant? Oh,
What
wait,
they-
I did. I got a description.
what is high value?
It was explained to me that a high value man or a high value woman is more so about the standards that they keep for themselves, their morals and values of how they carry themselves. And this came from a young woman. This came from a 27. I'm sorry, Nisi Poo, if I get this wrong. But she said that social media has changed this term and turned it into a term of value like money.
Money. Gotcha.
And if he truly was a high valued man, that statement would have never come from him. So him himself doesn't even know what high value means. Because the high, and that's, to me, I would think value. We grew up on morals and values.
because there's none today.
So value to Gen X and on up is our morals and our values, how we carry ourselves, not how much money I make, how much money I am. So yeah, I did that homework.
Oh, well, listen, well,
Yes.
now we know what high value is. So, and a lot of you all are definitely using that term in the wrong aspect. And speaking of the wrong aspect, our final hot topic, guys, for tonight. Now, this sent grown and sexy conversations with Jay and all the other platforms. This sent us upside down. And I say, what a way to segue into our hot topic for tonight. But guys, listen, what do you all think? And ladies, again, when you are married, the goal is to stay married and to build your house up and not tear it up.
Correct.
So what do you think about this? Should a man let his woman accept gifts from another man if he can't afford it? Should he be okay with his wife?
708-223-8953.
Say it again.
708-223-8953. Call us in. Let us know what you're thinking.
If you want it, so fellas, would you be okay? Is it okay for your wife to accept gifts from another man if you can't afford it? Ladies, would you accept a gift from another man if your husband could not afford it? What do you think about that, Lady Lotus? I mean,
I don't play them type of games. I'm not taking nothing from no man. Nothing. I don't care who he is. Don't come around here with no gifts. I treat people how I want to be treated. If my man come talking about, well, this girl just bought me this watch and it's about to get dropped on the floor and broken.
Man, I listen.
So don't take nothing from no man that you can accept. The same thing. Karma, y'all.
And my thing is, are you trying to stay married or are you trying to tear your marriage up? Because that's the only way I can see.
That man ain't gonna, you not building your husband up or your man up by taking a gift that he can afford from somebody else. You just crushed his pride.
His whole ego. It's just like, why? First of all, this is supposed to be the man that you love.
Value.
Why would you want to
cherish,
do something to hurt him? Like, why would you want to do anything to make him look like?
Ain't nobody think about how he feel. I want this purse. This purse cute. It go with everything I got.
Right. It's like,
That's that because
why
you
you want to put him
selfish.
in the, why would you even want him to be in position where another man could even think?
Why do this man feel comfortable enough to buy you an expensive gift?
And then you feel okay with that. Like, I would not feel no.
You can't take it and sneak it and keep it in your trunk. It ain't like going to the store and buying stuff and telling the baby we gonna hide this in the trunk so daddy don't see it. It's not the same.
Because here's the deal, like, now you've accepted this expensive gift, whatever it is, from this other man. Now, do you know how you have diminished the value of your husband to this other man? Now,
that man wants something.
Yes. And it's like, or he'll always be able to hold it over your husband's head. Like, now, okay, God forbid you accepted it, and then you didn't tell your husband about it. And now your husband runs into this man, and now he's telling him, man, I hope, or, oh, God forbid it's something for the house.
Don't have that holiday party at work.
Man, so how are y'all liking the new refrigerator that I bought for y'all? Woo, can you a baby back? And she'll be like, he sent it to the house. I told him not to do it. Can you listen? You have just torn your house up by accepting a gift from another man. Listen, Linda.
Don't
okay?
do it, Linda.
If
listen.
you value your husband, you value your relationship in your marriage, do not accept a gift from another man. I don't care what it is. Your man, you should be doing everything in your power to make sure your man is comfortable and your man is seen in a good light. Ain't nobody got time to be looking over their shoulders. And again, why would you want to put your husband, the man that you said that you love, why would you want to put him in that type of position? So just be mindful of all the ish that we do, and let's just move accordingly. But it's like, if that purse is worth your marriage,
was that refrigerator worth your marriage?
Or he got your car fixed. Yeah, so how are you? I hope that everything worked out, with the car. I was trying to get y'all a new one, but she wouldn't. Like, can you imagine another? Lord, listen, I wouldn't even want to go home. I wouldn't even go home.
Let me tell you, quick as that refrigerator got delivered, you can return that back to sender. Oh, man, we can't return it. Okay, well, you leave it on the curb then. Somebody coming to get it.
So listen, you all, just be ever ye so mindful. Listen, please, because again, ladies, like Lady Lotus was saying, how would you feel if a woman gave your husband a gift? Or we get mad if we get mad if another woman try to bring him some lunch or some food or something to the job. Well, I brought you some food. Listen, baby, let me tell you something.
He better go to the restaurant.
Bring somebody.
Let me see some Tupperware. You better not bring that Tupperware up in here.
At all. And again, like you say, it'll come out at the Christmas party. So how y'all be liking my food
if you not sending a plate for me, don't feed my man if you ain't feeding me.
We not accepting. Well, yeah, you're right about that. Because now
I'm just saying,
just send enough for the whole. Listen,
I don't care if we ain't gonna eat it.
It's 5 of us over here. So if you send something for all of us. If not, he is not. He is not solo. He comes. He's a package.
He's a package. So if you gonna do your little trickery, you better supply us all, ma'am.
And speaking of trickery, you guys.
Tonight
we are talking about effectively co-parenting. How do we effectively co-parent? Now, you have been with this person. Y'all done loved on each other. Y'all done swung off the chandeliers. oh, baby. And then the inevitable happens. Oh, you hate him now. He hates you now.
I hate you, Jody.
Y'all ain't together and all that other good ish. But guess what? All those, baby. Now y'all got some kids involved. So how do you co-parent? He done cheated or she done accepted something from the man at work. And now y'all done broke up. She done accepted this gift. Now you like, oh no, this one's got to go. I'm not going to be up in here with nobody that's accepting all these gifts. I hope that bag I hope that bag was worth it. I hope the refrigerator or whatever it is that he bought was worth it. He ain't forgiving you, because men listen.
Men don't
and y'all,
forgive.
they don't. Ooh, child,
Not that
baby.
easy.
Listen, they can dog you and drag you through the swamp and back,
They
and
cannot
expect you to
handle it.
forgive them. But you listen. He done cheated on you 12,000 times, and you just accepted a purse. Y'all ain't the same, but baby, listen. He don't want nothing. He don't want nothing to deal with you. You done slept with 2 separate women. You accepted a purse. You forgave him for the 2 women he slept with. He couldn't get past the purse.
You took a purse and a frigidaire.
He couldn't accept you. He couldn't accept it. He couldn't forgive it. He couldn't get past it.
He not even gonna tell his homeboys how you defiled his trust.
But you done sat up there and forgave him for sleeping with Tamika and Rhonda. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for
you done forgave him. I almost said it.
Don't do it. I'm sick of y'all using my name.
But he don't forgive that. So now you have to co-parent. How willing are you to put aside your grown-up differences to do what is best for the child or children when it comes to dealing with the other parent? How willing are we to do that? Again, it's not always easy to do, especially, and let's just start with this disclaimer. Just because he was not a good husband or a good man to you does not mean that he is not a good father.
Correct.
Or he will not be a good father. Correct. We have to learn to separate the two. We don't want to expect, baby, when we done been hurt and scorned, ladies, a lot of times that's going to fall on when we are hurt, our heart is hurt. We done love this man's dirty draws.
Yes.
We can't see past him being a husband or the boyfriend or the baby daddy. We can't see past that. And we can't see that through all of his cheating and all this and that. He never was late picking up the kids. He was always there doing what he's supposed to do. He's still there. He's still taking care of the kid. He ain't talking to you. He ain't doing you right.
Kids.
But he's taking care of his kids. We have to, and I know, as I'm saying it, I know it's easier said than done.
It ain't that hard.
When your feelings are hurt, it's hard because
your feelings,
you can't see.
But you got to think about it. Your feelings are hurt because of something that he did to you, like you said. What did Kevin Hart say? His baby mama said, "Don't come past the bottom stair." Now, it's different if it's a little baby, but you had that baby ready. You had a car seat ready. You sit right there and you keep going. You keep everything short. It doesn't have to be long. You ain't got to try to he pick up the baby and you got on your little lingerie like you going to change his mind or something. It doesn't have to be that hard. Just be hurt. Be hurt. Be okay. And let that person be a father. Or even if the daddy got the kids, let that person be a mother. All the other stuff go out the door. Because it's not about y'all no more. It's about them. So you can't be arguing with each other and hating each other in front of your kids. What is that teaching your kids?
But how easily is it for us? And that's because we can logically talk about this. But when you right there in the heat of the moment.
I've been in that heat. That's what I'm saying.
It don't just click for you just like does it click for you just like that? Like, okay, I'm going to let him be the father. I'm going to let him be, in his kid's life. I'm going to let him, be
it's
there.
It's selfish of you if you don't. I'm sorry. Your broken heart, your hurt, your emotions at the end of the day have nothing to do with your child. Your child, your baby, your kid does not feel that hurt, does not feel that pain. That child is not looking at their parent the way you're looking at them. So in certain aspects of life, we have to learn, I can feel this way. I'm going to soak in it. I'm going to feel the way I feel. I can hate him for the next 35 some odd years, but I am not going to put that hate on my little person. I can't stand when women, your daddy ain't nothing. Your daddy this, your daddy cheated on me. Okay, but daddy just dropped off a bag of diapers. This kid ain't seeing nothing that you seeing. We have to, no matter how much it hurt, to not put that pain or anger and hurt that we have on our little people. And if you don't think about it and make it hard, to me, it's not going to be hard. When that man drove up to pick up his kids, they're on the porch. I'm right there. I'm watching them. Go down the stairs, get in the car with your dad. When you drop my kids off, drop them back off. Y'all come on up these stairs. Let's go in the house. We don't got to conversate with each other. We don't really have to talk to each other.
Right.
When kids are old enough to call their parents, let them call their parents. If they not old enough, if they ain't old enough to be on the phone, I ain't got to talk to you. The world we live in today, I could text you, little Junior needs some diapers. Little Junior needs $60 for school. Y'all got parents. The parents could communicate. You can have someone else come in as an mediator if your feelings and your heart is so broken that you can't stand the sight of him.
And that's the thing. And one of the worst things that we can do to a child is deprive them of having a relationship with the other parent or turning them against the other parent. That's the worst thing that we can do, because and put them in the middle of grown folks ish. Yes. That's the worst thing that we can do, because now you're causing them to have to choose sides. And like, listen, if you mad at them, the other parent, don't talk bad about them to your kids, because not only will they lose respect for the other parent, they're going to lose respect for you eventually, because as they get older, they're like, okay, man, you just as bad, you just as messy, or you done
said all this crap about my mama all these years, and that ain't even who she is. Right. You done said all this crap about my daddy. My daddy been writing me. My daddy been looking for me. My daddy been asking for me, and you're the one who been keeping me away. Or the child that's with their mom. I want to see my daddy. Okay, let me go find him. Let me see if I could get in contact with him. But daddy over here living his life and don't want to be there. At least you, as the parent, you're showing, I did what you asked me to do. I tried to look for him. He not here. Let's move on from it. Let's deal with your hurt. Let's deal with your pain. It's not about you. It's about that adult. That adult doesn't want to do what they're supposed to do. But I'm here. I love you. Let's do what we got to do.
And it's so important for us to instill that in them. So again, guys, tonight we are talking about how to effectively co-parent. Now, according to an online source, co-parenting is an unmarried or divorced couple sharing the duties of parenting a child or children. Now, with 50%, and now it's probably even more, 50% of first-time marriages and 75% of second-time marriages ending in divorce, let alone the number of people that have children outside of the marriage, people have to figure out how to co-parent together and effectively, because effectively,
yes,
without all of the arguing, without all of the name calling and the he say, she say, I suggest therapy. Listen, I know a lot of us who like,
a counselor. You can get a counselor. You don't even have to have a therapist. You get a counselor.
But talk to somebody that can help you all figure out how to, again, put past your adult-ish, your personal, your relationship-ish, your marriage-ish, and focus only on the kids. What is best for the kids? Don't go bringing up the past. We would have had it if you hadn't cheated.
It's irrelevant.
All of this has no place in co-parenting. Co-parenting, like it says, the key word is parenting. We are focused on what we have created here together, and we have to make the best of the situation.
Right.
If these people have moved on, and listen, sometimes let's just be real, the person that they was cheating with end up being the person that they in the new relationship with. You cannot try to make it hard for them to have them kids over there. Oh, this to be, listen, okay, and I'm gonna tell you, let's just do it from both sides. Fellas, let's put it like this. If you know that the chick that you with now is the chick that you was cheating with, and that caused your marriage or your relationship to end, let me say this. Give it a minute. Do not go.
Oh,
listen,
it's gonna need more than a minute. It's
let's-
gonna
let's-
need some hours.
Let's be honest. Give it a minute. She can't tell you how to run your house, okay? But when you going to pick your kids up,
She don't
come
need
on.
to be there.
She don't treat it just like it's a doggone when you going up for child support court. The child support people do not let that new person inside the
Nope.
courtroom because this ain't got nothing to do with them. So whoever you laying up with or sleeping up with at your house in your bed, that's your business. But please do not bring that new person to your ex's home. Do not do that because now you're just being flat out
You're just
messy.
pouring salt on the wound.
It's like you already know that it's a volatile situation. You already know feelings and emotions. Again, we have to do what is best.
Right.
We got to do what is best. Ladies, you know, if you done had a baby by somebody else and you ended up with this dude because of the breakup and you over there, don't bring that new baby and that man over there to the ex's house and try to get the kids and all this. It's too soon. Y'all got to let these situations heal. We try to stack all of that ish on top of each other too soon and it just don't work. And you know what? Sometimes some folks never forgive ish like that. So sometimes, again, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to run my house. I'm grown.
Your house is your house, but you ain't got to bring that person
Exactly.
over here.
Because sometimes just looking at the person will trigger old emotions. And again, if we be honest, let's keep the kids in mind. We don't have to do all of that. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm grown, I can do this. And again, we're not thinking about, okay, just because you done with this person and you over it, they may not be over it.
Right.
But they're trying for the kids.
Because you ready to move on. You expect for the hurt person to move on as fast as you've moved on, and it doesn't work that way.
And it doesn't. And again, it's hard, like to be cheated on, and then you in family mode and you in build mode, and then you were catapulted out of that love and out of that relationship. Your whole world was flipped upside down. Now you have to transition into, okay, now I got a co-parent. How do I do this? But you look at this man, you still love this man. You not ready, but you got to get ready because you got the kids. And so you got your big girl draws on and you're trying, but I don't need you bringing no reminder. I don't.
Don't bring that thing over
here. You don't need to be bringing all these reminders. And then it's not about, oh, she got to get over this. Listen, you got to grow up. Somebody got to grow up. Okay, she trying to co-parent. She trying to work with you. She don't need old girl sitting in the car. Because
you better hurry up.
Because
and it doesn't, I'm gonna say this, it doesn't matter if she's a nice young lady, if she's, minding her business and not getting in y'all's stuff, and she's staying to herself and she's good to the kids. It does not matter. The sight of her face will trigger anger, hurt, pain. To have your kids come home and even say, oh, she's really nice, mom, she treated me like this and she treated me like that, that's still pain, that's still hurt. And that hurt person has to endure more than the person who inflicted the pain, because now this person, I got to deal with you, come home and say how good this person is, what type of family things this person is doing with their dad or their mom. And this person is over here like, that's supposed to be me. What did I do wrong? How did I get here? Why did this happen to me? People don't think about the other people's feelings, but
and we should. And we should.
You really should.
And we should. And it's like, the thing is, what are some things, and we kind of just already touched upon it, but some things that will make co-parenting complicated. One thing we just got through talking about was if cheating was involved and you're bringing that other person to the household to pick up your kid, that can make co-parenting very, very complicated, because again, now you're adding insult to injury. But another thing that can make co-parenting difficult is you're undermining each other's authority, and you're undermining what each other is saying on how to effectively raise your kids. Again, he may say, I don't want the kid to have cell phones. The mama may want the kid to have a cell phone. Now y'all fighting back and forth. It ain't even about the cell phone. Now it's about the underlying issue, about the separation of the relationship. Now we got to have a tug of war. It's just certain things. Again, that's why I always suggest having a mediator, talking to somebody professional so that we can address some of these issues and we can talk about on hand and up front, how are we going to handle things? The most important thing is we have a united front.
Right.
You should never be arguing or having a disagreement in front of your kids, period.
Right.
They should never see anything but cheesing and you guys being cordial.
Right.
Because anything outside of that, it's just toxic.
You're just putting dysfunction. You putting dysfunctionality in your child, and your child is going to mimic you. So if the daddy being disrespectful to the mama, what the child learning? Be disrespectful to women. If the mama is being disrespectful to the man, what is the child learning? Be disrespectful to men. I don't got to respect men. My mama talk to my daddy like this. I'm going to talk to you like this. Or if it's a little boy, my daddy talk to my mama like this. I'm going to talk to women like this.
So now, do you believe that co-parenting is helpful, or do you think that it's harmful?
I mean, you have no choice but to co-parent. I don't see how it could be harmful. I think that co-parenting needs to be a plan. Co-parenting needs to be, how are we going to do this? Because co-parenting in somebody's mind is, you bring me money. You give me money. You come pick up your kids when I say you picking them up. That's not co-parenting. Co-parenting is, hey, if I got them during the school year, you getting them for the summer. You're going to have to figure out how to make it happen for your life, because it's no longer my job to make life easy for you. So if I'm getting them to school all year, you're getting them for the summer. And if I got them all year, you're getting them every other week. If you got to go on vacation, you got a plan. We discuss it. We talk about it. We let each other know things ahead of time. How much money do you plan on giving for the kids or kid? What's our plan? What's our goal? How do we handle things? If little Jimmy say, hey, I want a video game, I done already told him he can't have it because he came home with F's, but he done came to your house because he missed daddy and daddy done bought him. You didn't talk to me about it. We have to talk about things. We have to discuss it and figure it out together for things to work. If we just doing whatever we want to do because you feel like I'm the daddy, I'm the mom, and I could do this, that's harmful. It's not going to work.
Absolutely. We have Teresa. She's saying communication. Absolutely.
Yes.
Communication is definitely key. And then also respecting each other's decision and what we said, and just again having that conversation. But then also listen, being respectful. If you have a kid, there is no reason why, if the kid got a game, we should not all be showing up for the games.
Yes.
We should not all be showing up for parent teacher conferences and the report cards without things being nasty.
We all let doctor's appointments.
We all should be there. Again, sometimes we got to leave sometimes we got to leave those extra people. My thing is, if it was some cheating involved and you with that person, see, that's the thing. And we got to be honest. That's the thing that's going to, listen, some people going to need some deliverance from that. And that ain't going to always happen overnight. So
it could take a couple of years to get over that.
Your partner, it's like you as a partner, as a grown man or a grown woman, you're going to have to understand that if you listen, we're going to take responsibility, okay? We're going to take it. If you know that you ruined this man's marriage to this woman, she don't want to see you, okay? She may be cool with the baby coming over to the house because she ain't got to see you, and she ain't got no choice on what goes on in her ex's house, but that don't mean she want to see you. Listen, my thing is this:
you won, stay your one
right,
self
but
over
you
there.
but you forfeited your right. In my opinion, you forfeited your right for any respect from me as a woman to you, because you came into my, so you forfeited your right as respect from, in my opinion.
I feel like it depends on the situation, because if he
If
was
she,
lying,
if it was cheating,
if he was lying to her and never said, I'm with this woman, and you know men will lie. I'm not with my baby mama no more. I can't stand her. I hate her. They paint these horrible pictures of their baby mamas, and then the truth come out, and that woman still looking stupid, but she love them, so she stay. Okay, that's your business, but I still feel like stay over there where you at.
you have forfeited your rights to
You
come
stay
to,
over there.
You have forfeited your rights to come around and be treated with some respect around this part. Now, I'm not gonna disrespect you, but you have forfeited your right from any respect from me. So I don't want to see you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe I get over it. Probably.
Look,
But
don't come over here. I ain't gonna not respect you or disrespect you. I don't want no parts of you.
we're not
Just
gonna
stay
have
over
no
there.
problems. But again, as far as for me, and it's like we need to start. And here's the deal: we got to start having real conversations like this. Like, baby, look, now you already know. Look, just out of respect, like you already know how everything went down. Look, okay, I'm here for my kids. This is about my kids. This ain't about nothing. And the thing is, how dare you as a cheater? How dare you as a side whore
have anything to say?
And now you want to be, well, I don't trust you going. Well, you shouldn't, Wayne.
You
How you
shouldn't.
got them. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm a flip it on you. So
she ain't nothing to say.
Who, me?
No, she ain't got nothing to say. The side chick.
Oh no, I ain't
got,
talking about the side chick. I'm about to flip it, because it's another scenario, as well as, let's say, neither person cheated. This relationship ain't working out for us. I can't stand you. I don't like you, and I'm gone. She got a new man. You got a new woman. Now the new man, he ain't feeling baby daddy. It's like, ooh, it's something about him. I don't like him. So when he come around, he got to beat on his chest like she mine now. You got to watch him. You got to you can't come over here, because every time you come, you don't know how to act. You messing up the dynamic of what we doing. Right. And women, you got to check your man. You got to let him know, hey, I got this covered. He not disrespecting me. He not trying to holler at me. You stay in your lane. Men, if your woman feeling insecure because she didn't know your baby mama looked like Beyonce, and now she jealous because, she looked like Taylor Dane. And Shrek, and she a little jealous of your baby mama, so now she want to act a little foolish. She want to throw little monkey wrenches and stuff. You better check that, because you don't want that drama in a situation that's already doesn't have fire in it. You're co-parenting really good. Everything is going great. Y'all actually like each other. Y'all can go to the games together. Y'all actually vacation together with your children. And don't even have to be in the same room or separate rooms. That's co-parenting to me.
Absolutely. And
but don't let that other person come in.
You can't.
Because they're jealous or they're insecure, because they can't understand how you still vacationing with her.
Because it's like, we don't have to be enemies. And that's the thing. We got to understand, just because it's over between us, if you got kids, it's over for the kids. And we have to do what is best for the kids. And again, a lot of times I know it's easier said than done. And that's why I always say, and I'm gonna go back to it, sometimes we need a little outside professional help to help us build, to rebuild and repair something that's going to be beneficial for the kids. Now, here are a few cons, or here are a few pros to co-parenting, because a lot of times you think of it like, okay, well, is it even worth trying to co-parent? Let me just send them on over there, and then I come back over here. That's not co-parenting. That's not co-parenting. You just letting that kid,
you just dropping them off,
and y'all drop. Co-parenting is when the parents are co-parenting. Y'all effectively showing up for the children at the same time. That means, listen, we can be the mother and the father can be in the same room with the kids without it being all that friction and all that. That's what co-parenting is. Sending your kids to the daddy for the weekend.
That's babysitting.
That's not co-parenting.
That's babysitting.
That's not.
You know
that's
what?
Not
that's what the man say. I gotta babysit my
How
kids
you
this weekend.
babysit
You
what
can't
you skeeted
babysit your
out?
own kids, man. I used to hate that babysitting. These your kids.
You can't
You
babysit something
cannot
that you
babysit your own
something that
children.
you skeeted out. You can't baby. That's your responsibility. So now here's a code. So first, the first pro to co-parenting. Co-parenting, it increases children's sense of security and it reduces stress. So even though they parents are not together, they don't feel your breakup. So it doesn't impact them as much as all of the friction and all of the craziness. Because again, a lot of times we as adults, we forget how we don't even think about how our kids feel.
Yes.
They broke up too.
Yes.
They listen. Once a breakup, it listen.
You gonna make me
everybody
cry.
is affected.
You gonna make me cry.
The kids, the dog.
My mom and my daddy got divorced when I was like 20-some years old. It still hurt my heart today.
Yes, I'm just like it affects everybody. So we gotta check in with the kids and we gotta make sure that they're okay. But co-parenting, when they know, when we're reassuring them, okay, mommy and daddy, we ain't together like that, but it's gonna be okay. We still here for you.
It's not, and it's not about you.
Because
some
didn't do nothing wrong.
Kids internalize that. Oh, they broke up because of me. This happened because of me. We have to communicate with them and remember, little people they're little people.
But they watch and they absorb everything. They're little sponges.
But they are little people and we look at them, shut up. I said so because I'm the adult. Listen to me because I'm the adult, because I said so. And we don't validate their opinions, their feelings, or anything. And they just little people.
We have Aaron saying some men get babysitting checks for the kids. We're gonna have to talk about them type. We're gonna talk
he
about
won't
them.
be getting that check.
We're gonna talk
That's
about
extra
type,
money in my household.
Later. But the next pro to co-parenting is it increases the likelihood of two active parents remaining in the children's lives. And that key word was active. See, you're not active if you just dropping the kids off and they seeing them for a few. Listen, it's more to dropping a kid off on the weekend or taking them to get something to eat. Listen, you got homework, you got parent-teacher conference, you got games, you got performances, all this other ish.
Showers, baths, breakfast,
everything
lunch,
that
dinner,
is
snacks.
Involved with raising a kid. You got all that other ish that you got to worry about taking advantage of and keeping all that. So keeping the need for the kid first. Listen, co-parenting, you have to give up give up all your adult ish, all your adult feelings. I'm right, he wrong, she cheated. Give up all that. All that's going to have to be put to the side to do what's best for the kids. Co-parenting, it also improves communication and relationships between the parents. Maybe y'all didn't work out as parents, as husband and wife, whatever, for whatever reason. But now co-parenting, now here's the thing, what I know some people get scared of. Co-parenting, and now y'all going to that counseling and that therapy. Now y'all getting to know each other on a level that y'all never knew about each other before, because it was all based upon probably physical sex and superficial things. But now y'all talking to somebody and they helping y'all
getting into them traumas.
So now y'all being fixed because y'all didn't deal with that beforehand. So now you got this one over here. You got the new people over here. But now y'all starting to see again what y'all saw in each other in the beginning. So all I'm gonna say is, listen,
we rekindling in therapy, y'all.
All I'm saying is, see, this is why I say you got to be careful for
just gonna tell
the energy that you put out.
That it ain't enough therapy in the world that'll make me take them back.
For some folks, all I'm saying is you got to be every so mindful. But the key thing is you have to always remember that co-parenting, two parents are better than one.
Yes.
Helpful communication without all of the yelling and all of the nagging and all of the toxic negativity. It's for your kids. We have to remember, we have to do what we have to do to make sure that our kids always feel loved,
Love.
safe, wanted, and that they grow up to be well-rounded, and that we create a healthy environment for them. We create a healthy childhood for them. So it's our responsibility. So we have to lay down our hurt and our pain and our disappointment. Oh man, he did that, she did that, all this other ish. We got to put all that to the side and do it for the kids. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled
Jaye
for all three. While you at it, go ahead right on to YouTube.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.